with your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. Yes, we have a new set. It looks pretty good. I kind of like it.
Well, you know, I think that all of the sets up to this, outside of the very first one, which was, say, 21 years ago, that Robert Gunn built.
Is
just
that right?
to kind of give you a little background on our Sports Blitz program.
Was that the one with the lockers?
It looked like a spaceship.
Oh, okay.
You know, we came out, and, man, there was lights everywhere, and it was cool. It was good looking. But the rest of them, Brett Pritchard and I pretty much built. So you've gotten what you've got, and congratulations. But I think this is
JJ's
new set right here. We've got scoreboard show coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Right.
So glad to be here with you, Andy. Look, is this the first time you've done it on the new set?
It is. First time I've seen it.
I feel special.
I do, as do I. We appreciate all of you out there being with us today. We'll be with you, as always, until 1 o'clock today. We'd love to take your phone call, 256-234-6221. We are steadily and quickly approaching the opener for the Auburn Tigers, September the 5th in Atlanta against the Baylor Bears. By my count, I think we got 17 days left of really preparation, as far as you want to call it, quote-unquote fall camp, and then it's game week. 17 days until game week.
Well, yesterday, Josh and I were talking about this in Dayville, and it's so humid. Like it is catching your breath as an old human like I am, Andy. I know that you feel my pain.
Yeah.
As I look over there at you, and I realize what we looked like about 35 years ago until now. But I'm giving you a nice glimpse of the past. I'm thinking of wearing 20 pounds of equipment, including a big old helmet on top of my head, out there and sweating off these 20 pounds that I need to get rid of would be really easy in that type of heat yesterday. So, yeah, it's coming. When it gets that humid outside and that hot outside, I know that it's wild, but it means football season's right around the corner.
Yeah, I don't know where they came up with the phrase dog days of summer, but it's an appropriate – I don't even know what it means, but it's an appropriate moniker.
You need to pull that up.
I do, probably so. It's one of my many talents. I bring up things that we don't know about.
And then I ask you to go pull it up, and then we have entire shows built around that.
That is actually true. All right, so we'll talk about again, Auburn is going to scrimmage on Friday. They are putting on pads. I think today is the first day in full pads. So, they just kind of been going through the motions, doing a little, stretching it out and kind of catching, and I heard there's some drops here and there, but it gets real now, starting today. So, and I think this scrimmage is actually pretty important too for the upcoming season, because you got to really start narrowing down the starting lineup.
Well, yes, on the starting lineup, but I would guess you've got a pretty good idea on that. Now, what you got to narrow down are the 4 or 5 position groups where you need depth.
Yeah.
And those depth pieces are big for what you're planning to do. We talked about those, Brett and I did on the podcast this morning. A couple of positions that you really need to determine what that depth is and if you're going to carry any young guys in, say the secondary position.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of new pieces back there. There are some older ones that have been with us for a while, but there's some newer pieces that haven't taken a lot of snaps that we really think a lot of. So which ones of those are actually going to get out there on the field, nickel package and things like that? And then, another position that we definitely have got to just decide exactly which ones, and we were talking about Jarquez Wilkes last night, is that defensive tackle and defensive end / edge type of setup that we've got. And Wilkes, Chris Murray, Jared Smith, keep going down the list. How many of those that are younger actually find their way, maybe not into the starting lineup, but getting 15 or 20 snaps a game? And so scrimmages like this point to, they're ready. Yeah. They can set an edge. They can do these certain things that I can't put you out there otherwise. Can you pass protect as a running back? Can we count on you to do that? And every down type of back / Omar Mabson,
right,
who's impressed just about everyone that's seen him this fall.
No question. That's one of the names that we've heard most often.
Yeah.
And apparently a lot of people watch the Auburn Blitz because on yesterday's show, I said there are several names that I need to hear and I have not heard yet. And it surprised me a little bit, and it maybe even sort of concerned me a little bit. I hadn't heard Eric Winter's name. I mean, I'm expecting him to be a big-time player. I haven't heard Deshaun Womack's name. I haven't heard, several other guys, and I named off probably about 7 or 8 guys. Well, lo and behold, front page stories today on Deshaun Womack, Eric Winters, how well they're doing, how it looks like they're going to be fine. I mean, Nate Johnson, these guys, these transfers that we bring in, like you said, they got to put – I mean, I think I know what I'm going to get from Jared Smith, and he's going to be an important piece on the edge.
He better be.
But you better have somebody – yeah, really. But you need somebody behind him. I mean, is Chris Murray? There's another name. He's been in the training room a lot. So those are the kind of names, like you said, are
and I
important.
think that's where the scrimmages become uber important because coaching staffs, when you have these scrimmages, they want to see certain things from certain players. So you're going to put them in a position to show you either, yes, they can handle this, or no, they're not ready to handle that. And Jared Smith last year is a prime example. Mm-hmm. I'm not 100% certain that if it was 2nd down and 3 that you wanted Jared Smith in the ball game setting the edge at defensive end. Not saying he doesn't, but his bulk and his size is not set up for a down and distance like that. A 2nd and 14, a 3rd and 12, when you're trying to put some pressure from the edge, that's where we knew that length and that athleticism was going to be really good there. So I'm interested to see how some of those players do, or at least hear how some of those players do. And Brett and I talked at length about Eric Winters this morning. And the coaching staff raves about him. Yeah. And here is the thing that Brett brought up that I appreciate is the versatility of the secondary. A lot of these guys, and this may be the case for a lot of guys that come in as skill guys, but I don't know at the high end that we're seeing from some of these. But these guys were uber successful on the offensive side of the ball in high school too. Great ball skills.
Yeah.
Great skills when you talk about Fagans and intercepting balls and picking up fumbles and doing those big plays like that. And Eric Winters, if anything, he had 33 tackles last year as a true freshman. Looked the part, but he was a great offensive player too. So I think that he's one that at 215 pounds can do some things that some of the others can't.
What position he playing on offense?
Buddy, wherever they
Anywhere
get the
they
ball,
need it.
including special teams.
Wow.
Including kick return game. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you had to. But we're not talking about two-way. I'm not knocking Wadley High School and Jarquez Wilkes playing running back. I'm not knocking it, but that's 1A.
Yeah.
But he going to play it. Nehemiah McCrary that's over there at Maplesville playing in 1A, buddy, you going to turn around and hand it to that freak of an athlete there. But in 7A, that don't always transition, man. I mean, you got great athletes all around, and to play both sides of the ball at a top level like we saw him tells you what kind of athlete that he was.
Right.
Phone call?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we're good. All right. Well, we'll go over some buzz around practice. For whatever it is. Yeah, we're going to have some technical issues. I mean, it's the first day. But I got some data for you. You love the data.
I do.
So I got some data for you. And I'll just open this and we can carry it over to the next segment. But there's a lot made about Hugh Freeze saying, we're close. We're so close. And that went on, several times he said that. People became a running joke. And we talk about last year. Auburn lost, quite a few games by 1 score. Well, under Hugh Freeze, we're just talking about 3 years now. Under Hugh Freeze, Auburn lost 12 games by 7 points or less. They lost 15 games by 10 points or less. Okay? Now, 12 times, 12 of those 15 times, Auburn was down 3 points 4 times in the fourth quarter. They were tied 3 of those games in the fourth quarter. They were ahead 5 of those games in the fourth quarter that they lost. 8 times Auburn was tied or led in the fourth quarter when they lost by 1 score. 8 times. Just we had the lead or was tied going through midway through the fourth quarter. I mean, what does that scream to you?
Well, we aren't very efficient in our game plan late.
Yeah.
You know, it also screams that we're unable to, and these are things that you also need to know, but when we've got the chance to take big leads, we don't, because we can't close out inside the red zone. Mm-hmm. And too often during that stretch, we've gotten into position to really probably extend leads out to multiple scores instead of only being up by 7. And we just can't offensively take advantage of that. So I think the defense has kept a lot of these games close, but the offense is the main reason that we haven't been able to take it to a level where we don't have to worry about it. We're always worried about it.
Yeah.
Hell, I was terrified about it against Baylor last year until we ran a kickoff back.
2 words for you. Mental toughness.
I agree, yes.
Mental toughness. And we ain't had any for several years. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking for hometown service and name brands you can trust? Come to Presley Appliance and Furniture. From the best choice in appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid to home furnishings, Presley's is your one-stop shop for comfort and quality. And now we've added the Mattress Shop by Serta Simmons Bedding and top quality sheets and pillows from Caraloha. Shop Presley Appliance and Furniture on Cherokee Road in Alex City or online at PresleyAppliance.com. That's PresleyAppliance.com.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
At Southern Union State Community College, success isn't a solo journey. It's powered by something bigger. A herd of faculty, mentors, industry partners, and a community committed to helping you move forward. Whether you're earning a degree that prepares you for immediate entry into the workforce, transferring to a university, or learning a new skill, Southern Union helps you find your strength and run with it. Herd powered, performance driven. Southern Union State Community College. Apply today at suscc.edu.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable. at Bunkers.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Heavy-duty savings on heavy-duty trucks. Right now at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika. Choose from over 75 Chevy and GMC 2500 HDs with savings up to $12,000. For work or play, check them all out side by side. Or get 4.9% financing for 48 months and make no monthly payments for 90 days. Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. As always, we're brought to you each and every day by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big, no job is too small. Commercial or residential, for all your needs, give them a call today, 334-531-0199. Also, the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm. For all your personal injury needs, whatever they might be, if you're in the market for some legal advice or, more importantly, legal representation, that is the one phone call you need to make. Glenda Mitchell Law Firm, 334-604-7927. We appreciate so much their sponsorship of today's show. Randy, we were talking about the futility of Auburn over the last several years. No mental toughness. That's really a big part of it, and obviously it's not just one thing. But you brought up one of the biggest ones, and there was a stat I'm trying to remember now. We looked at a couple of weeks ago. Auburn was, I think, in SEC play, scoring touchdowns in the red zone. I think they were like 35%. 35% scoring touchdowns. You want to talk about not taking advantage of opportunities down there to score touchdowns.
What is the number one program? Just do you know what that percentage is?
I'd bet Indiana was pretty high.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that theirs was substantially higher, but I just wonder what a top 10 offensive team in the country closes out when they get into the red zones, turning it into touchdowns.
Well, I'll tell you this. The number 5 offense in the country was 71% inside the red zone.
Wow.
That was South Florida.
Well, that's a pretty big difference.
Yes, it is.
Well, we've been saying that you clean something that's not that small, but it has been a very glaring issue for quite some time for Auburn. And you may ask, well, why is that? The reason that you gave 3 weeks ago. You know, when you get in the red zone, especially inside the 10, and the field shrinks, you got to be able to run the football. And if you can't run the football, you're in trouble. And Auburn, with our offensive line woes for far too long, have not had the ability of saying, okay, I'm going to go run the football, and I'm going to run it right there. And you're going to know I'm running it right there, but there's not much you're going to do about it. And 2013 was a thing of beauty because that's exactly what that was. It was, I'm about to hand this football to Trey Mason, and it's going to be in tempo, and I'm going to put it right here to him. And I might pull it 1 out of every 5 times and go around this edge, but 4 out of these 5, I'm just going to turn around and hand it in the same spot. And we're going to zone you to death. Mm-hmm. I think it's just as easy as saying that we've got to get better on the offensive line before we can clean up some of these issues.
I think that's definitely true. Hopefully a guy like Byron Brown makes a huge difference. You know, I was watching it just so happened, I think they were showing Auburn, Missouri game from last year. Mm. And, because I'm a masochist, I started, I started to watch it, mm-hmm. We drove down. I think we had the lead. That was one of those games we had either we were tied or had the lead. We had the lead in the fourth quarter, but
very small one.
It was. I mean, I think we were leading 20-17, I guess.
Well, this my
point. No, we were 17-14. I think that's what.
We're
about 3, but it's okay. But had the ball, I think. But anyway, we go down. I think it's to your point. I think it was like 14-14, and it was either late in the third quarter, or early in the fourth quarter, and we get the ball, and we just drive it down. Beautiful. And we get down to the 6-yard line. Mm. First down, Jackson Arnold runs for no yardage. I think second down, he ran again. We tried to throw, but it wasn't there, so he took off.
It was just an option pass.
I mean, yeah. Well, he was running for his life.
Yeah.
And we end up kicking a field goal. Because we can't.
Oh, but we're happy about it. Just knock that field goal through, buddy. We're up by 3.
Absolutely. I'm just here's another thing. Here's another thing component to this that, and again, you can look at this one of 2 ways. The statistics that I've just given you. You can look at this and say, man, Auburn is. They're not that far away. I mean, it's just it's scoring, a touchdown in the red zone here or there in a game. I mean, how many times you got the lead in the fourth quarter? You just can't, you can't get those. Here's the other component that makes me ill. 15 games we've lost under the Hugh Freeze era in the last 3 years with 10 points or less. Only 3 of those, I think, were 10. The rest of them were 7 or less. 11 of the 15 were at home. We're at home. I mean, that's supposed to be.
That lore's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been gone.
Are you kidding me? I mean, yes, weird plays still happen at Jordan-Hare, but if you think that this is in any way gives you an advantage to win the football game, it does not.
Well, and so many teams say we're close. I mean, back to the Hugh Freeze comments, but I mean, really they do. And there's a couple of reasons that I gave to you and Brett as Durkin took over on the offense and Derek Nix started calling plays. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know if I was going to be right, but unfortunately I was right in the Vandy game. And part of the problem is you are looking good on the defensive side, but part of the reason you look good on the defensive side is that offensive unit that you're going up against knows that the worst thing they can do is screw up and give that inefficient offense the football in short territory where they actually might score, which makes them be vanilla, which makes the stats, which makes the points not look up to the level of what if you were out there really having to go at it. So I hope I'm wrong by that. But back to we're close, I mean, you're no closer if your offensive line's no better. Now, a Byron Brown type of player may cover up some L's.
Yeah.
That's where you may be closer. Now, you take him out of the mix to cover up some L's, I'm not 1,000% certain that it's much different. Do you agree?
I would agree. Okay. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
At Southern Union State Community College, success isn't a solo journey. It's powered by something bigger. A herd of faculty, mentors, industry partners, and a community committed to helping you move forward. Whether you're earning a degree that prepares you for immediate entry into the workforce, transferring to a university, or learning a new skill, Southern Union helps you find your strength and run with it. Herd powered, performance driven. Southern Union State Community College. Apply today at suscc.edu.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Henderson & Coker is a premier custom general contractor located in central Alabama. With over 50 years of industry experience, Henderson & Coker has been crafting stunning custom residential and commercial spaces for families and businesses throughout Alabama and Georgia. If you're in the market for a top-of-the-line luxury home or specialized commercial work, contact the experts at 256-750-7383 and check them out on the web at hendersonandcoker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and Randy here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We'd like to remind you about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Great place to get some tremendous food in the Montgomery or Auburn area. Go and check out their website, steaksinwine.com. Just the letter N, steaksinwine.com. They got daily lunch specials. They got specials each and every month. They'd love to cater your next tailgate or next family get-together or whatever it might be. Just you could be treated out to a meal. They can prepare the food expertly. It is wonderful quality products, and you just need to definitely go and check out Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines, probably the biggest selection of wine in the Auburn area. On Pepper Tree in Montgomery and on East Glen in Auburn. All right, we're talking, and look, I said this before, and I'll say this. Now, I'll give you a question first. Is it possible? We have proven, I think, beyond a shadow of a doubt, Auburn had no mental toughness the last 2 or 3 years. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. Is it possible to instill mental toughness into a team in 1 year?
Yes.
Okay.
1,000%.
1,000%.
Yes.
Now, here's the other component of this.
But it doesn't change the fact that the offensive line may not be talented enough to do anything mentally tough or not.
They may or may not.
We don't know that. I'm not saying they're not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that all these feel-good culture statements that everybody loves to spew from the depths of their soul that I've gotten so sick of hearing over the years, sometimes that does go a long way. It really does. But if their defensive end is a hell of a lot better than your offensive tackle,
you're in trouble.
You can give all the rah-rah speeches that you want. It's not going to fix that issue. So, and I don't have that answer, but I'm saying that has been part of the problem for Auburn.
I would agree. Yeah, getting out of your stance is an important thing. I watched Big Fat Percy Lewis. I don't even think he moved.
I don't care if you went and you moved him out of the dorm and into Robert Trent and fed him and clothed him and gave him a rah-rah speech for 18 out of the 24 hours a day, it wasn't going to matter.
No.
So, yeah, this is part of the issue that Auburn fans have got to be reasonable with Coach Golish with. I don't think that you've got to be overly reasonable about whether Auburn's going to be good at the linebacker position. There's no excuse for us not to be good at the linebacker position. I think the depth of talent there is very high. But have you looked at the listing of our offensive linemen? How many offensive linemen does Auburn have on our roster that Georgia and Alabama offered?
Maybe one. I don't know. Did Ramel get an offer from those other guys?
I would say
he was a 4-star guy.
Well, but he was a marginal.
Okay.
He wasn't some marginal 5-star guy coming out of
he was
Thompson.
not.
He wasn't.
No.
I hope he turns out to be great. I hope all these guys, I don't mean that offensive linemen can't get better, but my point is I know for a fact a lot of the defensive tackles, the defensive ends, the linebackers and the safeties and corners for Auburn, Alabama and Georgia would love to have had most of them. Their ceilings through the roof from a start. I don't see that on the offensive line side.
Well, I would counter that by saying, and here was my point leading into this. Auburn got 60 new players on this team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really a different team than last year.
Yes.
There's a lot of the same players, but there's a whole lot of new players. Okay, so maybe these numbers don't apply, but I think mental toughness or lack thereof can be one of those things that carries over to it. Don't matter if the players change. It's a culture.
Well, I don't think we were prepared all that well either.
That's fair to say.
I never had a sense that we had a plan. The old 5 Ps that you and I grew up with in our locker room. This was a salve deal from the moment that we went to high school or middle school all the way through. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. It was up everywhere you went. And I've always, it still pops in my mind all the time that if you show up and you don't do well, you can blame it on everybody. But it's probably something to do with you not being successful. And I'm not just talking about football, but, Auburn has also got to have a little leniency on this coaching staff to go, they're playing the cards they were dealt. They put some pieces into place. It may not all be put together just yet, but do you see quality of the actions on the field from a competitive standpoint? And if the answer is yes by the end of this year, then I'm thrilled with where we are. Because so far, you put a mic in front of Alex Golish, what he says, I'm buying.
Yeah.
So I want to see us be tougher.
Absolutely. Speaking, though, generally of the offensive line or specifically about the offensive line, you make a great point. Yes, okay, so, but I would push back to say, okay, as a freshman coming out of high school or as a senior coming out of high school and a freshman in college, yes, nobody would have wanted any 5 of those guys that are on the offensive line right now.
Yeah.
But as a 3rd, 4th, or now going to be a 5th-year starter, just the amount of experience that they have. Now, not all that doesn't apply to all of them, but it applies to several of them. That they're a far better player now, and Alabama or Georgia or somebody else through the transfer portal might look at him and go, we could take that.
That's what I've sold myself for the last umpteen years.
Yeah.
That exact thing that you just did it perfectly. By the way, you did it better than Brett Pritchard. As we lead into the season and that glass gets half full and those orange and blue glasses become firmly on the face.
I can't play devil's advocate here.
You can all you want, but it's not my job to sit here and just put dust fairy juice, orange and blue, all over the place. It's not. It's not that way.
Okay. Here's the other thing, too. Now, this probably, used to, and I don't even know if this really applies all that much anymore, but, used to 20 years ago, you would say, our starting left tackle's like, 270 pounds. We got no choice. We got no chance on this. But every single offensive lineman, they all are, anywhere between 6'2" and 6'7", and they all weigh 315 to 330 pounds. Mm-hmm. Every single one of them. So it comes down to really the separator is talent. Hard work, it's in there, but let's be honest. It's about the bigger majority is going to be talent.
Amen.
So
and defensive side of the football, Auburn has no excuses.
No.
And that's a testament to DJ Durkin and the staff that he has. They've done a tremendous job of seeing talent and going and getting that talent to Auburn University. I think we're as talented as just about anybody on the defensive side, and I think potentially as NFL players, that's how talented we are. But offensive side, man, there's a lot to be asked of this group. But Byron Brown's he's that X factor for this football team. And if he can be a 1,000-yard runner, especially in the red zone, we can win 3 or 4 games that you mentioned earlier that we lost. We can win those because I think he can find a way into the end zone rather than us just being happy to continue to kick field goals and be up by 3 rather than 7 in the fourth quarter. 12
games that you lost by a single score. I'm not a mathematician, but that's 4 a year. This is in the season you won 6, 5, and 5. I'd take 9 or 10 wins.
Amen.
All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin, comfort for life.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Building, renovating, or protecting your Lake Martin home? Homeowners, builders, and architects trust Lake Martin Seamless Gutter Company for precision-crafted seamless gutters that perform beautifully in every season. Our custom-fit systems enhance curb appeal while protecting foundations, landscaping, and outdoor living spaces. Experience the quality your luxury home deserves. Call Lake Martin Seamless Gutter Company at 256-307-0132.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open. Located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area. And they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all. Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your vehicle or boat to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your boat or vehicle the right way. Located on Highway 63, just about 2 miles from Highway 280 in Alexander City, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328.
During Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air Jurassic Challenge, replace your system by July 31st, and you could win up to $2,500 back for the oldest HVAC system or $1,000 for the oldest water heater. Call Dixie and it's done.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. I don't know. How about let's just switch gears just a little bit.
Thank you.
Mantis rubstabicus, I don't know, and Narcissi Nago, not traveling to Greece for the exhibition. Awaiting eligibility from the NCAA. Big deal, little deal, or no deal?
Massive deal.
Yeah.
Like extremely large deal.
Yeah.
Because I think the rest of the team's put together. I really believe that. I think you've got two guards that you wouldn't trade very many players in the SEC for. I agree. I really, truly think that. I think you've gotten the shooters from the perimeter and made sure that they're a little bit bigger type of players like Thomas Dowd on the perimeter that are going to be good players. They're going to fit the mold of what we're trying to do at Auburn. But you got to have bigs. Like, they got to be there. And they got to be good. Because the top of the league and the top of the NCAA now has great fives. Not too long ago, you could run through the NCAA tournament without a truly, really solid big man and have extremely good guard play and win it. You can't do that in today's game. So what do you think? It's massive.
I mean, I think it's an enormous deal to Auburn, but the fact that Auburn's is not an outlier, they're not they're not an anomaly. They're in the same boat as, 20, 30 other teams, maybe more than that, 50.
Yeah, and then you've got the new ruling that the 2022 guys are no longer eligible.
Yeah.
For that extended year. That's massive.
So, I have to believe that there's no possible way the NCAA can come back and say, yeah, these guys this year cannot play.
Oh, yeah, they can.
They can't because it would affect so many other.
No,
they can do it, but there's going to be massive lawsuits, and they're going to lose.
Maybe. They didn't lose that battle last year when they said no, Alabama, no. You can't do that.
It's a little bit of a different story, but yeah,
But you can, as an Auburn fan, I can spin it if I want to spin it. Like we had this, Luke, Brett, and all of us, we had this back and
Europe
forth.
is not the NBA.
Europe is not
I'm
the
sorry.
NBA. It's not the G League, blah, 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 blah. They get paid, though, to play basketball.
That is for sure.
In a professional league.
Everybody gets paid
that
now
is
to play football.
That is putting players into the league equally to the ones that are there, whether they're growing up in the U.S. or not. So spin it how you may. As an Auburn fan, the only thing I want is them to be eligible. So I'm not saying anything negative to keep these guys eligible, but I do see the argument.
Well, I'm not, forget whether the argument is valid or not. That's beside the point. My point is it going to happen or not? And I cannot see, because it would affect. I mean, LSU, most of their team is made up of these players. I mean, they're at Arkansas with Calipari. You think Calipari is going to stand for that? I mean, there would be so many monstrous voices to stand up and say, look, okay, you want to start this rule? You want to make hard and fast? Fine. Start it in 2027. You can't just up and do this in 2026. These rosters are already put together. We're counting on this. So I
have no confidence that that's not going to happen.
Well, now, if Auburn can get screwed, they will get screwed.
Yes.
I would agree with that.
But I agree with you that I think that there are a lot of other teams that would be, because so many are trying to piecemeal these rosters together at the last second. There's no longer some depth build that you're doing where, okay, I've got to go get this big Dylan Cardwell.
Yeah.
And I got to know that he's going to play a couple of minutes, but I'm not counting on him until he's a junior. And he's going to be here at Auburn because he's got that build, and we're going to develop him into something. That's what we did then. Now, hell, you don't do that.
No.
That's a unicorn at this point. You go and you piecemeal some bigs together if that's what you need, and you no longer have that guy that you can count on. So I think there's more of these instances now than there ever has been. And it's only going to continue to grow if they don't get a grip on it, though.
Yeah.
Like, what is the real rule? It can't be a moving target. The problem I got in the NCAA is it's a moving target. Set some rules, man, and don't let them change in 365 days.
Okay. Thomas Dowd, I mean, double figures both. Had 18 boards in one of these games.
Yeah, 14-10 and then 18 boards and one like that. And his averages at Troy was right at 15 and 10. So that's who he is. It's what he does. And he's not just a perimeter guy that has some length but no athleticism and no slashing ability, man. He's got it. He's got what you're looking for. So that's a huge get for Auburn. And it's not just him. I mean, he just happens to be one of the starters that you're going to plug and play.
Yeah.
But there's some other ones that are coming off the bench now for Auburn that once the season gets here, they've just proven they shoot the ball way too well to not get some chances here. But we better hope and pray these bigs show up.
Bucky Aboye, he had 17. Got more out of him than I thought we were going to. So, if the whole team actually gets together and starts playing,
it's going to be a great team.
They're going to be a lot of fun to watch. All right, we got to take our final break here, but don't go anywhere. We got one segment coming up right after this.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer availability. Eligibility may vary.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy kind of closing things out here. We're going to go to the Eric McKinley Mortgage Pro hotline and welcome in Brett Pritchard, live at practice as they just wrapped up. Give us the skinny, Brett.
Yeah, we don't get a chance to see a lot of, individual stuff as far as offense versus defense, but today we did. Finally get to see about a 5-minute period where it was, pretty rapid pace. So we used to do that last year. We can't film anything, but for the most part, got to see some live action. Of course, they're going to have a full scrimmage on Friday, and we'll have Coach Golis after that, so it'll be interesting to kind of see all that played out. But for the 4 or 5 minutes that we saw, we got to see Byron Brown hit Jeremiah Coger for a 70-yard touchdown pass. He was lined up one-on-one with Blake Woodby. Gavin Jenkins, Blake Woodby was with that first group at corner, so that was a little bit interesting there. Also saw Andre Jordan Jr. Lining up at one corner in the second team, and Rayshawn Pleasant was the other corner on the second team. So those are some notable things. I think, and I saw what I saw from the distance we were. The pass protection was very good for Byron Brown in that 5-minute stretch, and I know he only had maybe 2 series there, but he had plenty of time to throw the football, and they were rotating some guys in, so that was positive. I mean, I don't think anybody needs to ring alarm bells that the defensive line wasn't getting pressure. There were a couple of those passes that took a little bit of time and, routes downfield, so they had to hold their block. But I was impressed with that. Stanton Ramil, after that period, went over to get on the bike. I don't know what that meant. I don't know if that was something they already had predetermined and planned after that particular period, that he would go over and get on the bike. But as we were walking out, Stan Ramil was on the bike. So I don't know how much more practice he did today. Again, I think he's fine. They're just watching a lot of guys really, really closely. And several guys haven't really been part of any kind of contact. So today was their first full pads day. They've had shoulder pads on. They had all the pads on today. So, but it was good to see Jeremiah Coger. I mean, Jeremiah Coger and Chaz Nimrod, I told Randy yesterday, really feel like those two could be the most dynamic receivers on the team. And then immediately he made a really, really good play to get off Blake Woodby and Byron Brown. Anybody worried about his accuracy, man? He hit him 40 yards downfield in stride, and he took it to the house.
Well, Randy's worried about the offensive line and the receivers. He pretty much says that we could have gone to a junior high field and gotten by the equivalent, I think. So, is that what you see, Brett?
No, that's not it at all. I think when you look at, I told Randy this morning, I think Chaz Nimrod was obviously robbed of a lot of his season last year, and he's got a lot of high upside, and I think he's got a chance to be an all-SEC type receiver. And I don't know what team, I mean, first team, second team, third team. I do think he's got the skills. And I also made a bold prediction with Faith the other day. I said, I think he's got a chance to be our next 1,000-yard receiver. Now, again, we ain't had one since Ronnie Daniels, so that is a very mighty, bold prediction. But we've had a couple guys that have been very close. But Chaz Nimrod, if he stays healthy, I think he's going to be a main target for Byron Brown, along with a big physical Jeremiah Coger. And I really like this receiver group. You know, Christian Neptune has been wearing that orange jersey. When he gets back to full contact, I think he's going to be very impressive as well. And then we saw Jashawn Spencer catch several passes in that period as well. Like, it's going to be hard to keep him off the field.
Were they doing a lot of, like, one-on-one in the time that y'all were doing it? Like, I mean, ones versus ones, or were they everybody's rotating in and out?
They ran the ones out, and then, you know, again, it's hard to read a lot into that because they may be looking at a guy at a certain position, so they may mix it up. They don't tell us that's ones, but for the most part, the one offense ran out there, so you would assume that the one defense would be the one out there. I saw Deshaun Womack at one end, Jared Smith at the other. So, I mean, I'm assuming that was the number one defense, but they had their back to us going the other way. All I could see really from where we were standing was the number one offense, and then when they turned around to come back, we had a good idea of the defense, but they had already rotated some people through at that point in time.
Well, man, Brett, we appreciate you updating us on what's going on there. And tell me again now, Alex Golish is going to be on the program when?
He won't be on the program. We'll have Alex Golish post-scrimmage Friday at 11:45. So I know you guys are going to be on at noon, and then Faith and I will have a reaction show after the post press conference scrimmage at about 1:30 from Lake Martin Pizza. So we got a full day for everybody on Friday.
All right, it all sounds good. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. All right, just a couple of minutes left here on the show. Anything you want to react to?
No, I just it's seasons.
Do you feel better? Do you feel more confident?
I would if I haven't been doing it with you and Brett Pritchard for 20-plus years. I want to be. I do. Brett is one of the best Auburn fans I've ever been around. He literally gets sick physically when we're not very good. So this time of year going in, buddy, especially if he's there watching, he is going to be sure that things are going to go in a good direction for Auburn, and I can appreciate that. I've just bought into it too many times. Because I really do listen to y'all. I don't act like I listen to y'all often, but I do listen to you, and I want to buy into it because I love Auburn too, but I've just bitten off too much over the years.
All right, it is August 12th. Happy birthday today, Christy Mathewson, one of the great pitchers in the early era of baseball. Really phenomenal pitcher. Died tragically because he was a soldier in World War I. Got exposed to chemical warfare and did not make it. Porter Wagner, Carroll County accident.
Yeah.
Who taught who the cold hard facts of life?
Dolly Parton.
Discovered Dolly Parton, no doubt.
Yeah.
How about Buck Owens? Great duet with Dwight Yoakam, Streets of Bakersfield.
Yeah, he had the Bakersfield rhythm that they had.
All I got to do is act naturally. How about John Cazale, Fredo from The Godfather? Mark Knopfler, Sam Jones, Flash Gordon, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Pete Sampras, Antoine Walker, Tyson Fury, all born on this day. It's going to wrap it up for us. He's Randy. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.